You are listening to podcast Big Houses Small Talks.
Hi, welcome to the second episode of Big Houses Small Talk. So today I actually invited one of a ex-army officer turned F&B owner to share with us his journey on his F&B creation and why did he choose this business. So before I get started, right, his business is actually mixed green and he have 3 different stores at all the big local university. So let's welcome Sao Rong. Hey. Hi, Sao Rong. So, first question. No chicken can still sell salad?
Oh, I mean the chicken issue is just driving the price higher. But recently the price for every ingredient have been increasing. So we still have to continue our operation. So we have to find alternative. I mean we have to pay higher for chicken and things like that. So recently it's been a little difficult. Okay, so our ingredient price increased, but our selling price cannot like suka increase because we are in school, right? So we have to seek school approval, etc. So we are trying to survive. Yeah.
Oh, so this is something I didn't know. So if you sell like salad, you want to increase the price, you still need to seek approval. And it's not like you can pass on the cost to the consumer.
Yeah, I mean because we are in school so the school have a price control so we have to seek approval to increase our price so it's not so direct that we can just pass on to the consumer.
Okay. So I understand the 3 major schools is SMU, NTU and NUS, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Which one do you first started out in?
Okay. So I started the first one in NTU. Basically, I bought over a store from a friend I was working for him for a while. Then I bought over the store and started in 2020. That's the first one.
Just before COVID.
Yeah. So January 2020 we started, and then we wanted to expand quickly, and then COVID hit.
So I believe before that you were army regular lah.
Yeah.
So when you jump out, why did you decide to make that switch?
I left the army in 2018. In 2018, I finished my OC tour. Then I mean it's a milestone. Then I mean that was the time that whether I should continue in the army. I mean I don't have a bond left, and then opportunity arose So I was talking to my brother. Then we thinking, why not we come out and do something? I mean I don't see myself at 40 and 50 going out Chong Sua or doing the things that that I'm doing Okay, so I decided I also from young I always wanted to start a business, so we thought we take the chance. So it's the good milestone that I finished in the army, and then if I want to leave, I think that's the time to leave. So we decided to take the chance and then left.
So the motivating factor is more of you being wanting to be a business owner and venture out to try something new, like a new challenge.
Yeah, I would say a new challenge, something that I can grow, and then also to plan for the future because I don't see myself doing what I'm doing in the army for the next 10-20 years I guess so.
So you don't foresee yourself in that role So life is very strange one. When you are in a comfortable place but there is no challenges, right? Sometimes people backside will itchy and will want to move to something that is more challenging. So in your case, it's to F&B but it became even more challenging when COVID hits.
Yeah.
Just after you took over the store.
Yeah.
So how do you cope with all the uncertainty? Because from a certain job, every month you have that few $1,000s, the income coming into your bank and your CPF, to buying a business, and on top of that with COVID and all the uncertainty. How do you cope with that, or how do you even run the business in such uncertain times?
I mean COVID was bad I mean the 2 years was bad. I mean we have some government grants, some help from the family. So
the government grants, is it sufficient?
I mean the government covered a few months of the rental. They paid salary for the job support scheme, paid salary for some of the local workers. I mean, it's of great help. I mean, was trying to survive. It's not talking about making money anymore. It's about keeping the staff surviving, and then how do we pivot to delivery, and how do we save costs and move ahead lah. But I mean, despite COVID, we did expand because the first outlet at NTU was losing money lah. So it was losing money. If I continue there alone, I will still lose money. So I had to find opportunity, and then in the end we did expand during the COVID period as well.
Oh, but if you lose money in one store, then you expand the second store, wouldn't you lose more money?
Okay, so every location and every place is different, right? So when we identify opportunity that this outlet can make money because of the crowd, because of certain demographic, then we open, and then hopefully this outlet makes the money and then can cover the losing money, so we can balance a bit lah. So that's how we if I continue at NTU, then I don't see in the short term during COVID, right, any chance of making money. So is to continue to grow in order to make money. That was my thinking during then. Yeah.
But you have never like thought of, because the easy way is of course to just end the business and do something else. So during COVID, you are contractually binded to NTU. That's why you cannot leave the NTU campus.
I mean, that's one reason. I mean, we are inside a food court in NTU, so we have a lease agreement with the food court operator. So we can't just leave. I mean, there will be compensation and things like that. So we can't just leave. And also because there were glimpses of recovery along the way lah. So when we were getting better, there more students. Then suddenly there is this circuit breaker. Then after circuit breaker, there is a lockdown. Then is a heightened alert. All this. So it was on and off. When we see some light at the end of the tunnel, then after that, okay, back to square one. Then and things like that. So and it's a pity for us to just leave lah. It's like I'm just left with this. If I leave, I will have to restart my life lah, something like that.
So there's a lot of like fluctuation like the stock market today the crypto.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with it? Because like for us doing real estate, right, one day I don't close sales, I'll feel very moody. Every month our sales is like restart from zero So we always feel that kind of up and down, and especially you as a business owner taking all the risks on your side, right? You still have to account for the staff, not including your own expenses, and you still have to bring money back home. I believe that your emotions then and at that point of time, right, it's better if they don't give you hope. But if they give you a bit of hope, then after that crush you down, give you a bit of hope, and crush you down, then you will feel very, very dulan, that kind of feeling. Then what's the whole point? But how do you deal with this whole cycle that you even got the courage to say, okay, I want to look into expanding? So while people are like retreating or are being afraid, you actually push forward to expand your business into 2 more stores. So there must be something that help you with such a strong mindset.
I mean, it was emotional. I think, so every day you will feel quite sad, depressed, and then don't know. You go there and see, there's nobody at the canteen, then there's no sales. You see your staff sitting down there, finding things to do. But then you also see, I mean, I have a family to feed. I mean, I have 2 kids, they are young, and then I have to continue to work. And then that was then what I'm trying to make money out of the stores. Then, I mean, I have strong support from family. I mean, my wife took care of the kids, and then so you go and do what you need to do. You go and do delivery if you need to. My parents, my brother, they always check on me, make sure that I have enough to spend, and then they make sure they pay for every meal that we eat together and things like that. Just the small things that they help to support me lah. Yeah. So then I was able to continue to grow the business, I guess, and between then, during the heightened alert, I also went to do a part-time job, or I went to actually it's a full-time job. So I went to help in the COVID facilities in Changi Exhibition Center. Recommended by my friend in the army. So it was then I have some income and then help to tide through lah. Yeah.
Wow, so must not be easy because you see, running a business, this is a lot of things people don't see. You run a business, but you still have to go and work outside to pay for your business expenses.
That's right. I mean, we always pay our staff first. I make it a point that I will never owe my staff because they will have their family to feed, so this is their job, right? I mean, they work for you, even though the COVID is not their fault, so I cannot penalize them. So yeah, so that was the time that we went through.
So the transition is not easy because from, I know in army there's this hierarchy. You come from someone of authority, then 沦落到帮自己的员工打工。I can put it this way Yeah, so quite okay. 这蛮佩服 this kind of mindset shift one because I believe a lot of people, maybe even myself, I would have chose to given up on the store at that point of time already. Of course, I don't have that much commitments I only have a few dogs and my wife, and most of the dog don't eat or I eat the dog But yeah, I understand. But okay, so it's a very interesting choice. So you chance upon salad by luck while you're helping out your friend, and you decide to buy over his business.
Okay, so this one bring back to before salad So in 2018, I left the force. I we actually franchised a brand called Fun Toast. With my brother So I'm running it. We have a full-time job, so I'm running it. That was 2018, but we were noob so we were noob, don't know anything about F&B, and then we thought franchising can help us. So we took up the franchise and then and ran the store for a year, 2019, and then bleeding money. Every month bleeding money. I think with not too much experience, and then with no experience at all, then we learning the ropes, and then we spend a lot of money hiring excessive staff that are not helpful, paying a lot for renovation, the rental extremely high that we accepted. So that was then that we learned a lot about F&B, and then that's 1 year, and then we decided to let it go, get someone to take over. So someone took over. Then I'm jobless. So I'm jobless. So my friend was looking for someone to help. He was he have a few brands as well, so he was looking to someone to help him, and eventually he wanted to sell off this brand. Sell off the salad store. I decided the few months I'm working there is decent. Okay, then I decided to let's do this. So I bought over, rebranded it, and then thought this is the chance to chong already. Then COVID.
Okay, so I have quite a number of questions Firstly is like franchising, right? Will it make money?
As a franchisee, I think if you get a good brand, if the franchisor is very helpful, and then they can help you, and then you do your own homework as well, such as the rental, how much are you willing to pay, your calculation, how much staff you are going to hire, all this. I think you can leverage on very good brand and their SOP to earn money. I think it's possible.
But the cost of buying into a franchise is relatively high. So if given a chance, right, would you have used that money to start your own business again, or would you still buy into a franchise, but another franchise or a separate different decision?
If you ask me, then after learning the ropes and knowing F&B, then I will say, okay, I think I can do it on my own. In terms of operation, but branding wise, I think if you get a very good franchise brand, right, it will help you. So it's normal as in now you want to drink kopi, then you go Yakun, not Fun Toast but you go Toast Box I would say you go Toast Box or Yakun I think their brand is very strong. So if you buy into their brand, you can leverage on their brand presence and all that, then you will be able to earn money. I think that is one. So even if I chance upon a good brand overseas or what, and then I can franchise and bring to Singapore, there's a chance that I will still continue to do that. But if I were to start, I'm also able to start something on my own now, knowing how to set up kitchen, know what to apply, permit and everything. So it can still be a hybrid model. I think both have ways to earn money.
Okay. The other thing you mentioned about is that the rental cost is very high. Okay, so as a property agent, I know that as well. So you rented from a corporate landlord or individual landlord?
Oh, okay. So now 3 outlets, right? 3 schools. 2 in NTU, NUS. I'm actually inside food court. So we rent from the food court operator. So the food court operator rent from the school. So we are taking commercial rent with GTO and everything else. In SMU, we rent direct from school. Yeah, so currently it's this way. When I was back in Fantos, I was with a corporate landlord in a shopping center.
Which one is easier to deal with?
Easier to deal with?
Because now, okay, let's say now you're renting as a third party for the food court one. Is it easier to deal with the food court itself, or is it easier to deal with the school?
I think the best landlord now is SMU lah. I think the leasing team have been very very nice and very helpful. They are I'll give a shout out to them. They only charge $1.20 PSF during COVID period if they open our shop, and if we choose to close, they don't charge at all. This is the only landlord that help us that much, that we are able to. No, so in the end we open and then we still can make a bit of money so that I can cover my rest of the shop. Yeah, to tide over. So they are very good. I mean in the other 2 schools with the food court operator, is very difficult to move things. You go to the manager, they say they need to seek their own management team. Then after management team, then they need to seek school approval and things like that. So things don't move. Yeah.
Okay. So rental is very very hard to manage lah. I believe, right, for not just F&B, for retail store, right, if a landlord see that your business is doing well, the next step lah, correct me if I'm wrong lah, is they will want to increase your rental. Is that true?
I think it's true to a great extent lah. I think the landlord also want to make money. I mean, landlord also want to make money. I mean, when they see that you can afford, then or because of the market rate have increased, they will definitely want to increase your rent. You can see recently the Tampines coffee shop. They increased almost double.
So my coffee will cost $3 now in Yishun.
Yishun and Tampines, 40 million coffee shop. Yeah, correct lah. So I think it's true lah. It's true to a certain extent lah. They will want lah. I mean, very few landlord will say, never mind lah, we stick to the same rate as inflation and everything. Very few.
But seeing the direction of your salad store now, right, will you want to continue to expand in terms of like franchising, or expand in purchasing your own physical store? Which is more feasible? Because if you have your own stores, of course, if you have your own stores, then the locations are limited lah. Because most of the big malls, like let's say you go Raffles City, you'll be dealing with a corporate landlord. And corporate landlord, for their retail or F&B, they have a certain requirement one. Maybe every 2 years you need to revamp your outlook, and you can only sell a certain type of stuff, and you cannot have off days even if you want to. So you must always be operating.
Correct.
So which one is more, what is the direction moving forward?
Moving forward, I think we are trying to rebrand ourselves. So we are trying to rebrand ourselves. We're trying to move beyond schools. Like now, school holidays, we suffer because there are really not too much activities now than in school and not many people. So we want to move out of school. I mean, buying property is not considered lah. No way we can afford to buy any property lah. Definitely going to lease lah. Whether franchising, I think franchising, being a franchisee before, I think I know what the franchisee think. I think I can be able to support them. So franchising might be a way. And then of course we can, if we have good location and we can operate ourselves, we will still do lah. So probably a hybrid model to continue open more stores, as well as franchise if we chance upon the opportunity, if there is any franchise.
So is location very important for F&B store? And like, because you mentioned that you will look out for a certain points like the crowd, maybe accessibility before you even want to rent the store. So how important is location to you in terms of the store success?
I think location is a big part of the decision whether you take up that unit or not. I mean, if there's no crowd, then you lay long also nobody will hear, right? As in, so you need to have a decent crowd. I mean, with a good location, with great accessibility, you will come with higher rent. So then you need to manage your finances. Then you need to see, okay, am I willing to pay this rent for this crowd? And then are there any other competition around this good area? So that are a few factors lah. But of course, the location is very important. I cannot be opening at a hawker center myself. I will feel that the crowd is wrong because
uncle don't eat healthy lah. Uncle only drink Tiger and Guinness.
maybe, yeah. So this food is not for them. So yeah. So location important.
No, maybe you can have the 啤酒妹 sell salad. Dress more sexy a bit and sell the salad.
But I'm not going that way.
Okay. So another misconception that I think I have is if you open an F&B store, you must be a good cook. But salad, you don't need to cook, right? Do you think you are a good cook?
No lah, I'm not a good cook. Definitely not a good cook lah.
So how do you come up with salad recipe or?
I mean, and when I was a franchisee at Fantos, I cook in the kitchen, but it's SOP one, very simple cooking. I mean, for salad wise, we also have a SOP. We learn and then we implement, we trial and error, and then we try. So we are not cooking like zi cha, got wok, hey, need to cook all this. That one I cannot. But in kitchen for my salad, I'm able to learn. Even from YouTube, you can learn and then you can try and error. You can come up with your own sauce and everything. I think not a good cook lah, but this kind of things can still do lah. Some not all F&B owners are great cook lah.
Because most of the F&B owners, especially zi cha, right? If your head chef is very popular, he has leverage over the owner.
I agree.
So one day he don't cook, then you suck thumb, close business.
Something like that. So I'm not going down that route lah. So I am doing something very simple,
scalable,
can be SOP.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay. That's very good. Okay, so for anyone that's looking to start a F&B business now, like even for me, example, what advice would you give to newbies like this?
Don't start.
Why the working hours are long or the profit margin is low?
I mean both lah. I mean working hours are long. At the start, during my Fantos days, I mean even though I hire like 8 staff, everything the management was haywire. I have to work. Someone off, I have to work. I work from the opening, so I'll be there 6+ a.m. and then I close at 8. So 9, 10 I reach home for a whole month. I mean I ended up eating whatever is left over and things like that, and then I don't see my kids and I mean I fell sick also lah. So that was then but now I'm able to manage my time better. I'm able to empower my staff to work. So I am able to I don't need to be there 24/7 during the opening hours lah. But so for newbies who want to start in F&B, right? I think you need to get some experience first. I think you can work in an F&B outlet, learn the kitchen, the front of the house, and then talk to people in F&B. Then you will know that like costing is not so.
Not just about passion.
It's not just about passion. Then you learn about your finances. Being a great cook and people want to buy your food versus running an F&B business is different. You can be the best chef, but you might not be the best F&B business owner. So you might want to work with somebody. So you take charge of the kitchen, and then somebody take charge of the rest and things like that. I think that would be good. Yeah. So because if you want to run the kitchen, you want to run the finances, you want to run the operation and everything else, then you only have 24 hours every day lah. So it's very tough lah. So you get some experience, talk to people, understand. It's like you will think that renovation is very simple, very cheap and things like that. Then you don't realize that you just get one signature from the engineer, right? It's 3,000, 5,000, trying to
all the
approval for your electricity, things like that you
never
don't
thought
budget one. Yeah, you don't know. So you talk to people, you learn, and then you really understand. Are you really game for it? And then you can try.
So ultimately, you still have to be in the business first, work for someone, and see whether the life is suitable for you.
Yeah.
Then you dive into the business. Don't dive into it with your own capital first. 对不? But yours is because you have been it and COVID 啦.
Yeah.
So actually, COVID 真的是害了蛮多人的. That's why people go and buy crypto. Then now crypto crash. Yeah. So we are coming to the end of the podcast already. For anyone that want to try out fantastic salad, can look for Mixed Green. Sao Rong, anyone looking for any F&B advice or looking to franchise his Mixed Green, can look for him as well. So I'll end off with my last question, which I always ask, a bit irrelevant since everything is F&B. What is your dream home like, if money is not an issue?
Wow.
In Singapore or in elsewhere?
I would want to stay in Singapore. I think it's good to have property elsewhere also. Yeah, but I want to stay in Singapore. I think if money is not an issue, it will be nice to have landed property. I guess. Space wise, it is great, and then so with my kids, I hope to stay with my parents in the future.
So the multi-generation kind of.
And then that will be good lah. If I any particular type of house that I want, nothing in particular at the moment. I guess every day I watch videos online, people selling house. Oh, this one not bad, that one not bad lah. So
but wait until you have the bank account, have the amount first lah.
Correct lah. So I haven't think about it lah.
The dream home is landed, but what I want is dependent on my bank account.
Correct lah. But not that that is the dream lah. But I'm happy with my HDB. My location is great and stuff at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the end of our podcast. If you like our podcast, please remember to like and subscribe. We will be having more guests on this show, and hopefully you can do it outdoors soon lah. So thank you, Sarong. Thanks for your time. Okay.
You are listening to podcast Big Houses Small Talks.